Hello, Nina here again from the Made with Love by Nina kitchen with a promised tutorial. Today I'm going to be telling you how to make a vintage quilted design cupcake a la Blue Peter. There's one I prepared earlier. So you will need a little more equipment than my usual tutorials this time around. The most important piece of equipment that you'll need is actually called a patchwork cutters quilting embosser. Now this one is a patchwork cutters. There are other brands available, but this is the best one. And you can get this from eBay, cake decorating stores, stalls, etc. And of course, what we're going to do first is doing the cupcakes, so you'll need all the equipment that you needed for that, which is a 78mm cutter. We use the straight edge, available in any store, a rolling pin, sugar paste, buttercream, and of course a cupcake. Can't do cakes without cupcakes. The additional equipment that you'll need before you start, you won't necessarily need this, but it does add a nice finish. This is called a shimmer spray. You can use a shimmer spray in either silver or an edible pearl luster. You will need sugar pearls, silver or white. It's entirely up to you. I actually prefer the white. They're a little pearlised. And also a writing tube. This is just full of icing, sugar and water, mixed very, very thick and put into a disposable piping bag, and this has a number 2 writing nozzle at the end. You don't want it too thick, and number 4 will leave massive globs of icing all over. Okay, now all I've done here on the worktop is actually rub some icing sugar. I'm going to move this down and around so you can see what I'm doing. I've already kneaded the sugar paste so that you can see. You do need it soft and pliable, but just to speed up the video I did that bit in advance. You don't want it too thick or too thin, around about 4 mils. You need to be able to get the impression in. Okay, now all you do, just rub your hand lightly across there with just the tiniest bit of icing sugar. You don't want massive globs of icing sugar in there. And just hold it over the sugar paste and press in. Now with these, it's important to make sure you've applied equal pressure all over, otherwise the pattern will be too embossed on one part and not on another. Hold it down and peel it off. As you can see, it's left a lovely quilted pattern. Take your cutter and cut out the round shape. And that's it for that part. I'm going to move that over to one side and dome the cupcake. Now, I have done a tutorial on how to dome a cupcake previously. All you need is one generous spoon of buttercream, like so, making sure that it doesn't touch the edges at all. And just place your sugar paste disc neatly on the top, press down, and work it around to create the dome. Okay, notice I'm now sealing the edges. Now this in itself is already pretty. You don't actually need the pearls, but the pearls do add a nice finishing touch. When you're doing this and it has an embossed pattern on there, you do have to be careful how hard you actually press, because you can rub some of the pattern out. Okay, that's a perfect dome on there. Very pretty. Now the really time-consuming part. I like to put a little sugar paste decoration on there as well, just to tell you it's not essential, but it is something that I do like to do. Now this is the time-consuming bit, as previously mentioned. You literally put little globs of icing in every quilted bit, like this. You don't want them big, you just need them big enough to hold the pearls in place. Right, working my way around. These actually, believe it or not, are not the most time consuming of the vintage design that I do. The most time consuming is in fact probably the bow. And then literally just place a pearl inside each glob of icing. choose which one to put your flower into. I'm not going to do all of these. I'm just going to do a few just to show you. You will inevitably throw pearls along the worktop when you do this job. It is quite messy. I've thrown 2 already. And just a close up to show you, you can see the ones with the pearls on. It is actually quite nice without the pearls, but the pearls are pretty. And then all you do, take your luster, give it a little spray for a little sheen, and that's what it looks like when it's all done. And that's how to make a vintage quilted design cupcake. Easy as that. Thanks for watching.